TED speech by Jaco Kruger. Now, before I proceed, who's going to be the grammarian for Jaco?
I'll do it.
All of us.
No. Let me do it.
Alright. TED prepared speech by Jaco Kruger. You better believe it. Evaluated by Steph Fenwick. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Right. You better believe it by Jaco Kruger. Evaluated by Steph. Can Steph kindly give us what this speech is?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. So, I risk sounding like a broken record because Jaco is also doing his introduction to vocal variety and body language, just like our used to speeches. The purpose is, I'm not going to say it again. His speech time is 5 minutes to 7 minutes, so by the timer, 5 green, 6 amber, red point with a timer. And to go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you better believe it by Jaco Kruger. Jaco Kruger, you better believe it.
So when I had to prepare a speech, my initial speech was going to be inspired by a table topics session that Lydia had that actually went about wrestling or jiu-jitsu that I've previously done in my life. And not to panic when you're down and stuck down there. But as it is Easter tomorrow, Easter Friday, Good Friday, and my path is Persuasive Influence, I thought, let me do something that touches on belief as well as persuasion. So you better believe it. It's 19 April 1993. The building in Waco, Texas is burning. Inside are men, women, and children, followers of a man called David Koresh. The fire is spreading, the smoke is thick. There is still time to get out, and yet many stay behind. Why? Why would somebody stay in a burning building? We all like to believe that we are rational, that we would never fall for something like that we would walk out. But what if I told you that this is not about them? This is about us. Because persuasion is not about changing your mind. It's about protecting your identity. In How to Win Friends and Influence People, there is a powerful observation. We are incredibly careless when forming our beliefs, yet we fiercely protect them when they are being challenged. Not because the ideas themselves are so valuable, but because we are. When you attack somebody's belief, you're not attacking their ideas, you're attacking their identity. And that is exactly how groups like the Branch Davidians gain such powerful influence. And they don't start with extreme beliefs. They start with something much more human, belonging. People don't join cults, they join communities. They form connections, subtle. The belief comes later. Then small steps. Nobody signs up for extreme ideas on day one. It's gradual. Agree to this, commit to that. Trust the leader. And then comes the most powerful part, identity. By the time the beliefs become extreme, they are no longer beliefs. They are who you are. So if somebody challenges those beliefs, they're not just challenging your idea, they're challenging you. So So by the time the beliefs become extreme, they are no longer beliefs, they are who you are. So leaving isn't just walking away, it's losing your community, losing your identity, losing your sense of self. So in that burning building in Waco, for some of those people, staying behind wasn't irrational. Leaving was impossible. Now before we distance ourselves from this, let me ask you something. When was the last time that you changed your mind about something important? Money, politics, religion, health? We don't just hold beliefs, we become them. And when somebody challenges those beliefs, it doesn't feel like a discussion, it feels like an attack. So what do? We defend, we justify, and we double down. Not because we are right, but because we are human. The real danger here isn't that cults exist. It's that the psychology behind them exists in all of us. So next time somebody challenges something you believe, pause, instead of defending it immediately, pause and ask yourself, am I defending the truth or am I defending the truth?
Jaco did beautifully, in my opinion, but he didn't use his own word of the day.
It was planned.
It was planned, and it wasn't exactly. Your crutch word is definitely so. All right, and that's definitely a connector word. And there's a few things that I really loved, which is the protecting our identity. That's the whole thing that George Carlin talks about, where if your ideology becomes your identity, then, well, he doesn't say very nice things about the person who does that, but it's something that one can become very susceptible to. If I can just give you a little bit of advice. The more you do this, and Stefan knows going to talk to you about it, the more you do this, the more nervous you become. So when this starts to happen, literally, throw your hands down. Break it. Okay? It's just a sudden action. It'll give you about probably 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, which is usually more than you need to actually finish it.
Thank you so much. Should we move over to dinner?
No, let's do this.
Step onto stage, please, for the recommendation for the speech.
Thank you, Madam President. Jaco, your pathway is persuasive influence, and your speech fits that pathway beautifully. Now, talk about fitting before I move into my evaluation a bit more deeply, is your body language and vocal variety. ask yourself a question, a few questions if you want to even. What is the goal? What is the goal of my speech? It's one thing to have all your written words down, which you did, and it was beautiful, but it's another thing to say it out loud. How many ways are there to skin a cat? As long as you don't skin mine, I don't care. But is it functional? Like Christine also said, oh, so many people died. It defeats the purpose. With that said, what I said is this hands. Lynette just spoke about it, and if you cross your hands, it seems uncomfortable. Your stage movements were quite big and jerky, and were a bit all over the place, but it's okay. It's the nerves, we're here to tackle that and get rid of it. Another thing I also noticed you did was when your hands were not crossed, your hands were still almost clenched in a fist. And that just said to me, you are very, very stiff, but you're also very strong in what you want to say. You believe what you want to say. That is your part of your identity. So, what also Fernando said was also just let it go. I want to try something else. Just do this for a start.
Yes.
I know it's weird. Just make yourself like a well-boiled spaghetti and let it go. One of the things that we learn in drama is you need to be able to flow. Are your movements elegant, like the musical term, legato, or is it very staccato, very jerky? Once again, there's a time and place for it, and I think you are still finding out what your limits are, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with.
Yes, 100%.
But again, your vocal variety and body language, like I said, it's one thing. Everything else, what you say in your speech, what your structure is, what you want to get through, that's nice. It's a written word. It's not the how you do it. The body language, vocal variety is how you do it. I also suggest you also paused quite a lot, but also your eye contact. I can see you wanted to think clearly about what you wanted to say. You wanted to clearly articulate it. You excelled in that. So I guess, in my summary, just listen up. Have a little jump. Loosen yourself up. Do some funny stuff. It's going to look silly. You should see a voiceover artist or voice actors. They do the craziest stuff. But that's a start. As you do that, you'll get more comfortable. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. I think we should have alright. And we're breaking for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Alright, and what time is it now?
We must be back at 22.
22. Alright, we'll be breaking for dinner, and please can we please be seated